Tell me this is not my hair. Today's video is brought to you by Curlsqueen Hair. Now, if you don't have a set of clip-ins in your hair bag of tricks, this is absolutely your sign to go ahead and get some right now. Curlsqueen always comes with a very cute packaging, and they give you absolutely everything you need: a detangling brush, a bonnet — we always need an extra bonnet — and some extra clips for your clip-ins. And last but not least, this hair. I have the 4A, 4B water Kinky Coily clip-ins in 18 inches. I always prep my hair first, and I'm going to do that by dyeing it blackety black. I'm going to use this Adore Jet Black Rinse, and I'm going to start by using some hot water, not boiling, but very hot water, not boiling, because you will change the texture of the hair if you use boiling water. Use a whole bottle on every set of hair. Okay, I use a whole bottle, and I never, ever, ever have to go back and dye it again, even though this is a rinse. I put just enough water to cover the hair, and I just keep dipping the hair in and out of it till it's fully saturated. After I get all the hair in there fully saturated with the dye, I'm just going to cover it some foil and leave it a few hours or even overnight if you can. And you can even see here, once I take it out, the water is kind of clear-ish. So I know that the hair soaked up all that rinse in there. So rinse it out, and then I'm going to use some deep conditioner and get it all in throughout the hair. And one more thing I forgot to mention, I left the little plastic thing on top that keeps the hair together, and it made it so much easier for me to dye it. And after I added the deep conditioner, I just brushed it through, and that is all the hair that came out. So you know this hair is top tier because there is very minimal shedding. After I deep condition, I just rinse it out with some cool water, and then I just left it to air dry overnight. And you can blow dry it, or you can even install it wet. I just decided to let it air dry overnight. All right, so now I'm gonna get to this braid down. I'm gonna do a side part with a little bit of leave out in just the front only. I don't like to do a lot of leave out. To me, like, the least amount, the better. So I'm just separating my leave out from the rest of my hair that's going to braid down, and there you have it right there. Now for the braid down, I am just doing some straight back braids. I'm kind of braiding it down as if I was doing a low ponytail. So from the part, I'm just taking it down all the way into the back. And when I get to that front braid on the other side, I'm just going to braid it down exactly if I was going to slick my hair back into a ponytail with the side part. Now let's get to installing the hair. It comes with 10 wefts. 2 tracks have 5 clips, 2 tracks with 4, 2 tracks with 3, and then 4 tracks with 2 clips on each of them. I'm going to start at the very back with 3 clip-ins, and then I'm just going to go up and up and up. So the biggest part of my head is like across the top in the middle, and I just went 3, 4, 4, and then another track of 5. And this one I'm taking around to the side, to the front. And then I'm going to fill in the rest from here. And I just was kind of playing around with it a little bit here to see which pieces fit the best. It's kind of like a puzzle piece, to be honest. But I ended up using still like the bigger wefts around the side, and then the smaller wefts more around the edges to fill in the spaces. So one note here, I definitely use one of the longer tracks here. This is a 3-piece. I wanted the hair to fall in my face, so I used the 3-piece to take it around to the back, and then the last few wefts with 2 pieces, I just kind of filled it in. I had 1 piece left over, so I just added that to the back because I really wanted to use all of the hair. Now, even though I have some leave out, I'm still using the crochet method just to fill in all those spaces between my hair and the track. I want it to be absolutely seamless, and this is going to hide all those spaces and make it easier for my hair to blend with the wefts. Now that all the hair is installed, let's define these curls. I'm using lots of water, lots and lots and lots of water. If it's not dripping wet, you need to add more water. And then my 2 favorite products, my leave-in conditioner and my mousse, is my magic combo, and it has not failed me yet. I'm going to add the leave-in conditioner, brush that through with my favorite brush. It's a 2-sided brush, one side to detangle and the other side to define the curl. So after I detangle it, I'm going to go back in with the mousse and then brush that through with the defining side of the brush. Once I do that, I'm just going to go to the very ends and finger coil it just to cut down on the frizz once it dries. And I like to take smaller sections when I'm defining the curls just to make sure that I get the hair nice and saturated all the way to the roots, and that's what's going to make it last so you don't have to define your curls for at least a week. Now, getting into blending this leave out, water, water, water. Water is your friend. If it's not dripping wet, add more water. I'm just going to do some finger coils with my favorite gel, my Miche Beauty gel, and I'm going to actually use the small part of my edge brush. I want to get it completely tangle free. And then I'm going to take some of the hair from the clip-ins and finger coil it, so you're not going to be able to see the difference between my hair and the clip-ins hair. It's just going to be a seamless blend. And to absolutely seal the deal and make this look like my own hair, I'm going to cut a few face framing layers. I'm not going to go too ham on it. I'm just going to cut some around my face and then probably just even it out in the back, and that's it. This step is crucial. Even if you cut just a little bit, it's going to make the world of a difference. Now at this point, I would usually diffuse my hair where my hair meets the clip-ins, but I'm going to let it air dry. I just feel like it's going to look better that way, and I was absolutely right. My intuition was on point. Look how this came out. Not that it wouldn't have looked good being diffused, but I love a good air dry. I just feel like the curls last way longer. I'm just separating some of the ends from the finger coils and just fluffing it and blending it all together, but actually it came out perfectly as is. This 4A, 4B texture is my perfect match. From the curl pattern, the amount of volume, the amount of shine, it's like absolutely identical. Curlsqueen has so many different curl patterns and textures. You will absolutely find your perfect match. All right, guys, my work here is done. Clip-ins are an absolute must-have in your hair arsenal. They will always come through for you in the clutch. All right, try it out, guys, and let me know what you think. Gotta go. Bye.